figured I would film today in front of my cat, give you something cute to watch while I talk.
When I never felt that, come on, yeah.
Shout out to my husband who teaches everything related to online learning. I'm paraphrasing things that he has said and blending in a lot of my own thoughts about the subject matter. So you've seen the memes about online teaching, the chaos, the confusion, the lack of technological know-how, and most of that stuff is coming from the teacher's end. I'm all for virtual learning. I mean, I think we've gotten over the fear that we had in the early 2000s about how technology and the internet was going to eliminate the use and purpose of a teacher. I think we've realized during this uncertain time that we need teachers more than ever. And whether you are doing synchronous or asynchronous learning, you need a teacher to guide you through your learning. And maybe a cup of coffee, but that's not a someone, that's a something. Firstly, you need a teacher because they are the expert in that field. They're the master in the master class. They are the guide in the proverbial jungle of knowledge. In a virtual context, the relationship between a teacher and a student is even more important because if the student needs guidance, they need to be able to reach out to that teacher, to that expert, to help them guide through what they are about to discover and learn. And they need that exchange. The teacher has to answer back. That feedback is important in learning, in any type of learning. Secondly, just because a kid is good at keeping a streak on Snapchat and no dance moves on TikTok doesn't mean they are attuned to online and virtual learning. A lot of people think you just flip a switch and you're ready to do online learning. Online learning involves a lot of initiative and autonomy, and kids these days don't have it. Sorry, I love my kids to bits, I love my students to bits, but yeah, you guys need a whole lot of hand-holding. Look at what they're doing. Click this, click that. The apps basically tell them what needs to get done. Kid can learn a lot on their own. Let's face it, experiential learning happens when a student lives through something and experiences it. It has to be authentic. It has to be meaningful. You can't just put a lesson online and the students are going to understand automatically what needs to get done. You need a teacher to explain, to point out to the kids why it's meaningful, what needs to get done, and the purpose of what they are learning. And lastly, and this is crucial, if we want virtual online learning to work, it can't be a copy of traditional classrooms. There are many schools out there where flexible learning spaces exist. The concepts of UDL are put in place. There are, unfortunately, too many schools where kids are sitting in neat little rows, doing all their learning, just like good little workers. We now know that lifelong learning depends on a whole lot of factors, and the learning environment is one of them. If we want virtual learning to work, it can't be structured with an archaic frame of mind. We have to create learning that is accessible anywhere, anytime. Like if the kid wants to learn French in the comfort of their bedroom in bed, so be it. As the teacher, I also have that power and that flexibility. I can create something on Sunday night and upload it so it can be accessible only on Tuesday morning. Let me be clear, I'm not encouraging that teachers should be working on their weekends, but let's face it, many of us do. But that's the beauty of virtual classes and online learning. It can be synchronous, meaning live, in front of your students, in the platform that your school or district or school board uses, or it can be asynchronous. Students can access it whenever, wherever they want, self-serve, kind of like the buffet of academia. But, and this is a big but, we have to train ourselves to think that way. We have to change the way we view teaching and learning, especially if this is going to be our new normal for the next little while. Have a great day, Internet. My video was so boring he fell asleep.